Hello, I'm Noah with San Antonio's Finest Realty. I wanted to talk to you guys today about what I, as an agent, do to set myself apart from all the thousands of other agents in the San Antonio and New Braunfels area. And we're going to dive into that. My philosophy of being your realtor is that I'm actually a major part of this process. I'm not just on the outside looking in. And because of that, I've done a few things and set up my business to show and to give my clients more services and more exposure than many other agents. One of the key things that I offer my clients when listing their house for sale is that I actually started my own real estate media company called Albatross Air Media. And with that, every single one of my clients, listing clients, get professional listing photos. They get video walkthroughs of the house, professionally edited, and they also get drone media or drone imagery of the house. This sets us up to give your home more exposure and shows other people better aspects of the property that we're selling so you can appeal to a wider range of potential buyers. It all starts with the listing photos because many people, you're browsing realtor.com or sabor.com, and that's the first thing you're going to see is the photos. And the photos can make or break a listing. And I got tired of seeing so many iPhone photos or pictures of a wall or just the bed and no flooring. And then I would go show my clients a house and we walk in and it doesn't look at all like the photos in the listing. And so I want to make sure that the houses that I list don't have that problem. I'm also very active on social media, and because of that, I make sure to include all my listings in my social media sphere of influence. And so every listing I get is going to be pushed in some way, shape, or form on social media, whether by sharing, social media advertisements, and more. I also make sure to perform a variety of open houses for my listings, whether that's me doing them or junior agents who I am their trainer conducting open houses. Again, it's really to get the most exposure of your house possible. I offer what we call the 1% Advantage Plan. To qualify for the 1% Advantage Plan, you have to be a first responder, active military, a veteran, a teacher, or a nurse. The 1% Advantage Plan allows me to list and sell your house for 1%. And within 2 years, we start a buyer's transaction and I represent you on the buying end of a new property. I am very big on treating clients like family, and you're about to hear a testimonial from Jose and Paulina. Jose is a first responder, and they do a very good job explaining, how I run my business and how I treat my clients. And so take a minute and just listen real quick as to our little phone conversation about, what they thought, how I did as their agent.
Yeah, the thing I liked best was that you were real upfront with us.
What was very reassuring was that we knew that every time we went to go look for a house or if we had questions, even if it was way before we even started the process, just questions in general, they were answered very thoroughly, and not just the kind of like, here's your answer, go on your merry way, but it was coming from somebody who has a family of their own, has a wife, somebody to provide for, and knows, all the questions that we were asking were concerns that maybe at one point that, he experienced or you experienced in those shoes of first time buyer or, just selling and moving, it's a big process. And so we're just very thankful that we had you along the way to answer those questions. Coming from a very sincere point and knowing what our concerns were, for our future family, for our family that we have now. And it really meant a lot to be guided. It was definitely a genuine experience, and that's something we look on when we walk around the house in our new home. It's a beautiful home, and we feel like this is our home, and we look around and we think like, man, like Noah helped us with this.
and you're there, like, hey, these are the scheduled times. I'm gonna be there around this time. You were on time. It was good for us to know that you were there, and it just, I don't know, it just brought that comfort for us to, like, okay, he's here for us. He's here to work with us, whatever date worked best for us. And it was amazing that you were just real upfront with us. That's the best thing I liked.
And lastly, there's an old adage that basically says that a realtor sometimes is just a step up from a used car salesman. And I set out to change that way of thinking. I'm very big on being very transparent. I don't believe in high pressure sales. If it's not the house for you or the property for you, it's not the house for you. I will give you my honest opinion, whether I think, the house is going to sell fast or it's a good buy or a bad buy. But there's going to be no pressure there. I can't sell you a house that you don't want, and I'm not going to sell you a house that you don't want to live in, because buyer's remorse is probably the worst thing that can happen to a buyer and realtor relationship. Okay, guys, I appreciate you tuning in to this quick episode. If you guys have any questions about anything whatsoever, my website is www.alamo-homes.com, and thank you for tuning in.